Drop.
Love, I'll see you later. Love, I'll see you later. I'm busy chasing paper.
Hello, fly girls and fly guys. Welcome to the ButHerFly Boudoir. I am Madame ButHerFly and we are here. We are back with another review of Chasing Dallas Season 2, Episode 6, and I am ready for it. Now, yes, this episode was slightly shorter than all the previous episodes from this season, but nonetheless, it was still a great episode. So if you're ready, you know I'm ready. Let's get into it. Okay, so the show opens up with a new person. Now, last week I had said, okay, so the producers listened to King Kane during his review when he said he wanted the producers to open up with somebody else besides Reese G. That's what I said in last week's episode because it opened up with Premiere. I was like, okay, Premiere. But then 3 seconds later, we saw Reese. But this episode, they really did listen because it opens up with King Kane. Now, I loved how it opens up. Like, I love how they showed the Dallas Museum of Art and how they had the music playing in the background. That song was popping. I was like, okay, what's this? Like, I need to put my phone up to the Shazam thing. I don't even remember if it had a Shazam on there. But I'm going to go back and look because it do, baby. Finna get that song. So Kane was styling for a fashion show called Be Yourself, and it was for women who were victims of domestic violence and women who are unemployed, trying to get back into the working field. So for him, this was out of his comfort zone, which sounds weird to say because when you say out of your comfort zone and thinking out of the box, it usually means thinking of something wild and crazy, I guess, but that is Kane's style, wild and crazy and eclectic. But this was out of the box for him because he had to tone it down. He had to come up with everyday wear for the working woman, the after 5 woman at the happy hour. He pulled it together. The ladies looked nice. The whole setup was nice. I really enjoyed how they opened up the show with King Kane showing us what he does because we've seen Carrie D and what he does. We've seen George with his funeral home. We've seen Ariel styling Madison. We've seen Dior do hair. And so now we finally got to see Kane do what he does, and that's being a stylist. So thank you for that. I loved how the show opened up, and there you go. So next we see Dior. He's meeting up with his friend / gay son, Samand, and they're going over business ideas. I believe Samand has some type of business that he's doing, and Dior is coming out with some hair products. He was talking about edge control and trying to make sure the girls don't have no white flakes showing. Shoot, that'd be my problem too. I'd be like, what's going on here now? Like when I use that freeze blast spray, I'll be like, oh, that. Anyway, they're just talking about their business ideas, and then the conversation turns deep. Dior talks about his non-existent relationship with his father. He opens up and he lets us know how he doesn't know his father. He hasn't had a chance to get to know his father because his father doesn't acknowledge him. He told a story of how he was stranded one day and he ended up seeing his father at the store. He went up to his father and was like, hey, Dad. And the dad was acting like he didn't know who he was, and he asked his dad if he could have a ride back to town. His dad was like, yeah, I'm going that way, but I don't have enough room. And Dior was like, but you got a truck. I could sit in the back of the truck. And his dad just pulled off. That was heartbreaking because to see your parent just take off, like act like they don't know you and just leave you stranded. Who leaves their child stranded? I don't care if they're an adult. Like, that's crazy. That is so crazy. And unfortunately, that's how it is with some people in the LGBTQ community. Even heterosexual people have dealt with abandonment issues from a parent, from the father. But since we are speaking on an LGBTQ platform, I have heard stories where there are a lot of members of the community who have lost their families, who have been ostracized, who have been kicked out once they reveal to their family who they are, and then that's when they become a part of gay families and become someone's gay son or gay daughter. They found acceptance with someone and who will show them the way, who will love them like their own, which is a good thing, because we all need to be loved, we all need to feel loved. But of course, we would still want to have that love from our biological parent. And it's just sad that some kids and adults now don't get to experience that type of love. It's just a shame that there are people out there like that who can just abandon their child. No matter what they choose to become, that's still your child. That's still your seed. That's still your blood. But you know, you ain't got to explain to me. You got to explain it to him when he come back and he asks you, so why do you think you should come into my gate? Just trying to lighten up the mood, you know. Dior mentioned he had a great supportive mom who was there for him. So that's all he needs. That is all he needs. He has tried several times to be in his father's life. And like he said, he's not going to beg someone to be a part of his life. And baby, I salute you. If you've reached out several times and you tried to, you know, bring him in, if he don't want to come in, then that's his loss. That's his loss. You celebrate your success with your mom who has loved you, who has raised you, and that'll be it. That'll be it. Okay? Next, we get to my girl, Miss Imani Benz. Now listen. Last week, I was like, okay, she didn't give me, you know, karate, ninja. She didn't. She was very, you know, low-key with it. I was like, okay. She was low-key with it. This week, she was the same way. I'm like, oh, she want to be classy with it now. Now she's Imani Van. I was like, oh, okay. You know, I would try to get a little, but, you know, I can be classy too. Imani Van. And she's here to fix their shit. Now, she says she normally doesn't read the honorable mentions, but she had to read this one. So the first honorable mention went to Rock. She read Rock for serving attitude to Kane when Kane said girl when he was referring to Trey, and Rock was like, well, don't use that gayism with me. Now, I don't think he kind of deserved the honorable mentions read. I mean, if you don't like something, it is okay to let someone know that you don't like something. You should let someone know when you don't like something. I guess it's the way that he said it, the undertone. You know, like they say, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So maybe that's what kind of threw people off and thought he was giving attitude. And I mean, I kind of thought that too. But, you know, he got that award. And Carrie D got the second honorable mention. He tore up the stage in Atlanta with his vocals. He let Boo Boo in the crowd know, yes, Boo, I'm singing. Boo, boo, boo. You hear it. You hear the vocals. Yeah, you hear the track, but you hear me over the track. And speaking of that, I seen a live interview that Carrie did, and he was like, the track was not playing when he was performing. Production played the track over the clip. So that's why it kind of sounded like that. I'm like, okay. Because I know as a songwriter and when I used to perform myself, you don't perform with the track playing. Now, you do the verses and the hook plays, but that's the only part of the track that plays. So I'm glad that he cleared that up and let us know production played the track over the clip. So Imani gave the strongest award to Dior for being Captain Sailor. No, I'm kidding. She ain't know how. He got the award for the strongest because he did the hair and makeup, I believe, too, of the high school girl who got scammed out of $600 for a prom dress that she wanted to have made. He came, he saved the day, he made her happy, he made her beautiful, he made her prom day special. So Dior deserved that award. Now Imani gave a tie for the weakest award, and that was between Markel and George. Now she gave them a tie because she was saying that George instigated a fight between Reese and Markel when he invited them both to his weenie roast. Now, I can see how Markel got the weakest award because baby, he was just acting a fool, just acting crazy. But I don't think George was instigating a fight. I mean, yeah, he invited both of them, but he was really just trying to get them to talk it out, to smooth it over. I mean, eventually they'd all be in the same place at the same time together, so it would happen, you know, in a matter of time. You know, it probably just might not have been George putting it together. Maybe Kane may have put it together, or Dior, you know, anybody. So whoever put it together got the weakest award too? I don't know. I just don't feel like George really deserved the weakest award. But that's just my opinion, you know what I'm saying? But Imani is still my girl. So that was Imani Ben Zap's review on letting them know how to fix their shits. Okay, now let's get into this commercial that Premiere did. Now, I done seen some reviews and y'all gonna come off my baby, okay? Y'all is gonna stop talking about Premiere, okay? Okay. Premiere is my boo. I love Premiere, but you know, I mean, I'm gonna have to give some constructive criticism, okay? Now, the commercial, I don't know if he didn't prepare for it, if he really didn't have like a script, he was just going off the top. But it just didn't seem prepared, you know. And if you are acting as, I guess, an ambassador, or you're trying to promote someone's company, I feel like you should have a little more oomph when you're doing it. You should know exactly what you're saying, and you should be presenting it strong. He was saying a lot of ums, and there was pauses, and it just didn't seem like it was put together nicely. Now, I do have to get on production too, because it's not all Premiere. You see the man is in a yellow shirt. Y'all gonna have a yellow background, have him blend in. Come on now, production. Now, as many commercials that Reese be doing, his commercials be spot on, like they be on point. He don't do no stuttering, no pauses, that he gets straight to the point. And I know when Reese is doing his commercials, if he messes up, they're like, okay, cut, let's do that over. Let's do that over. Why they didn't do that with Premiere? They saw that boy was struggling. They saw he wasn't, you know, getting his words out. Why did they say, okay, let's do that again? But I've seen bloopers of the show. I've seen bloopers of confessionals where they try to get the guys to say stuff and they're like, okay, let's do this over. Why did y'all do that for Premiere? Y'all just let my baby hang. Y'all just let him suffer like that. You let him drown. Like, y'all let him get beat up in the comments. Come on now, don't do my baby like that. But it's okay, Premiere, because I still love you though. But, you know, next time we just gotta do better. We just gotta do better. So now we see Reese. This is the first time we're actually seeing him the whole episode. So he's meeting up with a photographer. I believe his name is Aries Jones. And he's discussing his book that he's put together. It is a 7-step guide for millennials. I believe it's called Networking Honey. But they're just talking about their photo shoot and how he wants it to look, and you know, that was really basically it. It wasn't too much to this scene. He said, if there's anybody that I want you to copy, it's Oprah. You know, Oprah's been in the news lately with Gail, so I mean, but financially though, yes, we want to be like Oprah though. We want to be like Oprah though. So now we've come to the end of the show, and the closing scene is with Trey Womack, Kane, and what's his name? Rock. Ooh, child. So first we see King Kane and Trey meeting up. They get drinks. Rock hasn't made it there yet. So they're just talking about Kane's lingerie party. Kane's trying to figure out what Trey's gonna wear. Trey's not decided yet. So then they start talking about who's invited, who's not invited. Now, Trey knew damn well George was not invited. He's talking about who didn't you invite? Like, come on now. Shade. But then he asks who is invited. So Kane starts going down the list, and then he gets to Dior's name, and Trey's like, oh, really? And then they cut to his confessional, and he's talking about, well, you know, me and Dior, or me and Trey, I can't remember at this point if he was talking about Dior or Trey Howard, but he was like, we have history. He said history without the T, and he was like, oh, I sound like Ariel. I was like, the shade, because you know Ariel, she got a little bit of a lisp. Don't come from my girl, because we share the same name. Her name is Ariel, my name is Ariel, but some people say Ariel. I've heard it all my life, but don't come for her though. But that was funny though, because I was like, oh, when he said that. He starts telling a story of how him and Dior used to be good friends, but then Dior stopped talking to him because Trey and Dior's son Trey kind of had a history. I guess they were trying to talk, and it didn't really work out because Trey Howard didn't have a car, so they weren't able to see each other, and Trey Howard was just realizing who he was, and I guess he was just starting to become a part of the community, so he was very new to it, so they didn't really work out. And I guess Dior was, you know, going to stand by his son's side, so him and Trey Womack just stopped talking, stopped being friends. Rock arrives, and I don't know, Rock's vibe, I know his energy just doesn't seem to mesh well. I mean, this go around was a little bit, you know, calmer and better than when they were at the store. But, you know, he comes in and he's like, first, when he comes in and him and Kane interact, that was awkward because, like, he went to shake Kane's hand and Kane was trying to hug him first. And then he was like, oh, put his hand out, and then they hugged. I was like, okay, this is awkward. So then Rock was like, okay, well, I see y'all got drinks. Y'all ain't thinking about me, so I'm gonna think about myself and go get a drink. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it. I probably could have said something like that too, but I guess since he didn't really like say it in a joking, playful way, or didn't really laugh when he said it, it kind of came off serious. Again, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could have said it like, well, damn, y'all ain't get me nothing to drink, shit. Like, goddamn, I gotta get my own drink in because y'all was not thinking about me. Or, you know, just be playful with it, you know? And I guess Trey was not here for it because his eyes cut to King Kane when he said that. Anyway, so he gets back to the table when Trey and Kane are in mid-conversation, and he just stops it and he was like, listen, I don't mean to cut, but I don't like to come in on the butt end of a conversation, so what are y'all talking about? Who are you talking about? I was like, oh, rude. So they tell him, they catch him up to speed, and they come to find out Rock and Trey Howard kind of have a history. He was like, you know, we flirted a little bit, and I'm like, well, so I don't know, it's just some type of beef. Trey Howard's been posting on social media, the girls look stuffed. I guess trying to throw some shade, saying he was looking thick, he was looking fat, I don't know. But that's what it was, and that's how the episode ended. Now we see the scenes for next week is the big brawl. I seen Reese G in it. I saw King Kane running into it. I seen Trey Womack just right in the middle. I seen his arm swing. Now, Trey is a big boy, and his arms is big too. So I know if he cocked that arm back, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that because it'll look like he'll knock a bitch out. Listen, I just hope, as much as we all want to see this fight, I just hope this fight doesn't overshadow King Kane's lingerie party, because that's the whole reason why he got everyone together, was to come to this lingerie party and have a good time with everyone dressed in their lingerie and to show off his work. So I really hope that the producers show a lot from the lingerie party before the fight actually gets started, because I just feel like this fight might overshadow the party. But I don't know, we'll see. I know we're all waiting for it, so Yeah! If you guys enjoyed this review, please hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like to leave a comment or give me a shout out, please feel free to do so down below. And if you are not a fly girl or a fly guy yet, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel. You guys can also follow me and add me on Instagram and Snapchat at Madame _ButHerFly. All right, guys, until the next time, please remember, stay focused, stay laughing, stay yourself, stay fly.